Hi, gorgeous and talented people. Tornberg Headshots is celebrating 11 years this week, and I can't believe it's been so long. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey, the reason why I'm doing this, how I ended up doing this, how I became a photographer, and specifically a headshot photographer. I was born in Sweden, and when I was 15 years old, I was in a contest to become the model of the year. And I ended up not winning, but I got a contract to go to Paris, which obviously changed my life in so many different ways. Then I lived and I traveled all over Europe, Spain, Barcelona, Madrid, Hamburg, Munich, Athens, where else? Milan. But I was always on my way to America. It was always my first dream. Modeling just came into my life, and I saw that as a ticket, as a bridge to what I really wanted in life. And it was to go to New York and eventually to Los Angeles to study acting and become an actress and director and write my own stories. Basically what I'm doing right now. One day I was in a casting in Barcelona, and I met this girl who told me she was going to New York to study at the Lee Strasberg Institute for the 3-month program. And I said, I'm coming with you. And so I applied, I got in, I worked really hard, I saved up money, I was modeling, I was acting as a commercial actress in Spain. And I also started doing hair and makeup to save up money to go to New York. I got my visa. And the week before I was going, the girl, my friend that I met at the casting, said she had met somebody in Barcelona. She wanted to give it a try, and she was not going after all. So I went on my own. And I was 25, I think, 24, 25 years old. And I went to New York on my own. And within the first month, I knew this was it. There was no return. So I continued school, and then I got a work visa, and then I got the part in Super Troopers. And that movie changed my life. And I signed with an agent, and I got a lot of opportunities. And then there was an agent in Los Angeles who wanted to work with me. So I flew to Los Angeles, and within a week, I knew this is where I want to be. So I packed up and moved to Los Angeles. However, a lot of the parts that I was going out for were the typical Swedish bikini girl, sexy girl, volleyball player. And it wasn't really true to who I was. I really didn't feel comfortable being objectified. And when I left the modeling world behind me, it was to do what I really wanted to do, was to be an artist and to be an actress. And here I was being objectified again. And it was really disheartening. And I started to feel very hopeless. And I got really nervous in the auditioning room because I just didn't feel true to myself. I came in lying, and I was trying to be this thing that they wanted me to be and portray. And it wasn't my brand. But at the time, we didn't really speak about branding. But that is something that I've realized now. My whole body was fighting against that. And I started questioning everything. And I asked myself, why am I really doing this? What is it that I'm trying to do here? And is it just to get parts? Is just as long as I get to be in front of the camera and I get to be in? No, I wanted to use all of this stuff that I was holding inside of me and to tell stories that I wanted to tell. And so I decided to write my own script, and I wrote my first short film called Never Be Mine. And Alexander Skarsgård was new in town. Long story short, I ended up getting him in the movie, and I wrote in a kissing scene for myself and him. You're welcome, Alexander. And the film got accepted to festivals all over the world. It won awards. And then a couple of years later, I wrote another film, The Empty Space in Between, and that was my first. I haven't done a movie after that, so but my first real high production value film that was really beautifully made, and the cinematographer is Cuyen Tran, and she is now one of the most sought after, most talented cinematographers in the world. And she did The Maid, Camping, Unbelievable. I mean, so much. I'm so grateful and thankful. I had her as my cinematographer on The Empty Space in Between. And after that, I decided to buy myself a really high tech camera with a really good video feature, which at the time was the Canon 5D. Mark II was my first, and I started just experimenting because I had been around photographers for so many years and I learned so much from them. And I just wanted to learn more about composition and lighting and exposure and just interesting ways of filming and using natural light. And I just started experimenting. And a lot of my friends at the time were models and actors, and I took tons of their portraits, and their agents loved the photos. And then they called me and they wanted me to photograph the other actors and so on. And within 3 months, I was doing photography full time, and I started out doing a lot of different kind of photography. I did a lot of family photography, maternity. I did weddings. I did on-set photography, advertisement, fashion. But the thing that I really love the most is the connection between the client and myself, and that intimacy that you have and the connection that you feel. Since I have been in front of the camera so much myself, I have an understanding of what it is that you need in being in front of the camera. And I was able to be that for the person I was photographing, and to see their walls fall off and see their vulnerability, fragility, and the trust that it takes to let go of all of that is so beautiful. And I would find myself getting goosebumps and just feeling so filled with so much. Everybody has a story, and when you truly look at someone and you really feel that connection and you see the story in their eyes, it's just so beautiful. And so I realized that my talent is really that, the connection. I think that is my gift. And more, I started working with actors, and I really feel like I'm doing so much more than just photography. I also help them discover their unique brands and how to break down your brand into looks and try to find what specifically they need from me. So it's really a dance, it's really a communication, and my job is to be there for the client, for the actor, and just holding space for them. I just really love my job so much. I feel like it is giving me so much. It has given me so much all these years. I'm so grateful for being able to get to know so many people from all walks of life, different cultures. Everybody has a story, and it's just so beautiful to see the uniqueness in each person. So that's why I do what I do. I specifically love to work with young actors, especially young girls, because I was a child model myself, child actress. I mean, a teenager, but almost a child. And I know what it's like. And I want to be that person that I needed. I want to be for others. And now, all of a sudden, I'm acting again. I booked a lead in a feature last year. I did 4 episodes of General Hospital. I am going to New York in a couple of weeks to shoot another movie. So excited about that. And so I now feel like I finally have come full circle. I'm meeting myself. That's how I feel. I'm meeting myself, and I'm getting the kind of parts now that are right for me, that are perfect for me. And so by working with actors and helping them, I have also taken my own advice, and because I really start to understand what branding is, and how important it is to understand your brand. So now I'm actually able to use what I'm learning as a current actor and add that to my headshot sessions as well. I think it's really great to have a lot of experiences when it comes to filmmaking. I think as an actor, it's important to learn about everything. It's so important to learn about casting, how they work, and production, and really have a good understanding for every profession in the business. And I'm truly proud of what I've accomplished, what we've accomplished, because when we come together and we use all of our gifts and talents and all the experience that we've gathered along the way, it's, we together can really help each other grow, and just pull each other up along the way. I think it's very important. So keep on working, keep on creating. You're born to do this. There's nothing external that can stop you. There's no strike, there's no pandemic that can stop you. If you are an artist, your job is to create art, no matter what, and the rest will follow. That was hard to say. The rest will follow. Thank you so much for this amazing ride. It's been so good so far, and the best is yet to come.